是不是这样念啊？
我没有听过哎、没有听过哎、
我看我找一下有没有图。哦，没有啦，就还蛮多东西，有些就是他会给你 Mega 跟这个的档案，然后你可以选一个。
可是我没有看过哎、
那可能因为你就一直用 Mega，所以你就不需要这个。
你有贴吗？你有贴给我吗？
呃，
怎么可能？我没听过。
可能你没有，可能这样讲，可能这样讲会不知道是什么，因为如果你跟我这样讲，我也不会知道这是什么。因为我看我的那个账号，我有账号，然后我有曾经使用过1个月，就是付费的这样子。
先打个电话。
好，
哎，
嗯，
好了。哎，很多人在，也没有很多人啊。玩那个 Monster Hunter Rise 哦。
对啊，所以我就说你可以去载看。啊，现在体验版应该是
哎，对，
免费的。
这样我还可以测试我的截取卡。
可是我不知道为什么前阵子有人说要排队还是什么，可能是那个时候吧，就是因为现在感觉想玩的就是好像都可以玩。
OK。好，开完。哎，你有看到画面吗？有吧？
我还没。
Life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
换手电筒。我有点忘记，我应该是从这边爬上来的吧？然后我先调整一下，调整成我最 chill 的做法。 有吗？有吗？这样可以吗？
有啊有啊，在缓冲。
这手电筒好像很强哦，这手电筒有很强的感觉哦。
啊，有什么不一样吗？
有啊，它是强力手电筒，我
所以会怎样？
也比较长，就是它的电池比较长嘛。
哦，那也不强烈，它就是比较
可是我觉得这还蛮有梗的，就是这个游戏有可能下一个就是那种有提把，然后比较就是下面有个身体的那种手电筒，你知道那种手电筒？
哦，
对对对。
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been
它这个还蛮妙的，就是它就是有一个续集，就是 The Night Spring， 然后会讲一些恐怖故事之类的。
你说这个游戏有一个剧作吗？
没有，这个就是这个电视。
哦。
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated
有
the
点像
seriousness of your intent.
那种 fake， 就那种伪纪录片啊。
哦。
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really? Of course, Mr. Derleth. Well, I guess that's the least what would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you have?
Well pleased, Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his thousand young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
ET
Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. Night Springs.
对，大概就是这样的节目。
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kid.
想不到吧？
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
这游戏好像变成另外一种游戏哦。哎、我看有差哎、就我现在眼睛看这个游戏，我觉得大概是稳定60帧以上吧。但我看我实况截取画面大概30-40而已吧。
啊，真的吗？
你觉得嘞？你的眼睛觉得嘞？
是你手在操纵的时候，跟你直接用眼睛看的这个感觉会不太一样。
哦。哎、等一下，我看一下我是不是实况我是截多少？对，我是截60啊。
通常都是60。
对啊，我现在游戏是120帧。
这个就跟那个你手碰到尺，然后只用眼睛看，然后让那个尺掉下来，你手去抓的那个意思一样，就是你的身体会感觉在感觉延迟的时候是比较敏感。如果你只用眼睛看，就会觉得好像还。
他车子其实做的不差哦。你上次说他是哪一个？他也是做了哪一个游戏？
控制啊。
哦，控制
可
应该
你上次不是才说他们好像没有花很多时间研究车子？
就是以这个以他做成这样来说，已经算不错了。怎么那么多条路啊？哦，
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
靠北哦。原来是这样子。看我刚刚会在车边徘徊一下，是因为我一直都按了 F。
按 F 怎样？
就我上车的时候，我会想按 F。
哦。
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me that's strange because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? Hey, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
他这段有点设计也不太好，
为什么？
那个节奏怪怪的。
这节奏是看人啊。
他突然在很 intense 的地方塞了这一段呢。
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott...
看他好像有哦，他有做，那就好。测试一下他有没有做破坏。哎呦，做的蛮细的嘛。
可这个游戏是不是照来说不用破坏太多物？不用像黑暗灵魂那。
黑暗灵魂其实也没有很多破坏啊。
可是他就是你会一直想要去打那个东西。
萨尔达精神。
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
You
you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
看不知不觉直接晚上。
It was close, maybe closer than ever before.
晚上哦，对哈，它晚上跟白天是不一样。
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man.
要打 BOSS 了。
BOSS 啊。 突然要打爆。
哇！哇！我直接被箱子夹死啊！ 哦干，还从这边，太过分了吧！被箱子夹死，还要从这边。头两亮到整个画面突然变白一下。
他光影做的还蛮好的。
What the hell?
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
哦，车辆激战，突然变成另外一种游戏。哦，爆了！哦干，要被车子夹死！干。 就是不要理他们了，直接开过去就对了。
是这样吗？
啊，不要！哎呦，靠！被吓到了。居然还是会被这种低级的 jump scare 吓到。
jump scare 就没有分低级还是那个的，它就是 jump 啊。
干打不到，干一直挡我那个。
你有曾经玩到这边过吗？
没有。没有啊，没有，应该我真的忘记了，真的太久了。jump scare 唯一的克制方法就是玩过吧？哎，不一定哎，看恐怖电影，
也不对，也没有啊。
恐怖电影看2次还是会吓到。
唯一的方法就是你反应的时间很快，就是他跑出来的时候，你就已经意识到他要跑出来。
Nothing remained but a shell. There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
接个电话。 我回来了。
啊，
我觉得要认真的讨论一下，跟身边的人讨论一下我开台的时间，
为什么？
要不然这样就不会，这样才不会被切割啊。
哦，可是人就不要接啊，
哦，也是，
对啊，
但不行啊。
就跟你做其他事情一样啊。
不行啊。哦，要不然就是先讲，然后说没接就是那个意思。
嗯，这样吗？我们可以不要接就好。他打第二通再接嘛。
くださいくださいください我的 YouTube Music 帮我整理出2020的我的歌单，
这么晚？
我觉得还蛮不错的。不用动都可以打你们啊！看以一个作家来讲，他的手枪真的很准欸。
也还好吧，也没有到真的很准的。他前面练习这么久了，应该也要有进步了吧？他也不是一开始就这样啊。
为了减资源，消耗更多的资源。
有时候就会这样。
哦，干哦，哎，这个游戏的跳跃。
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
雷动式霰弹枪，我终于念对了，但是我还是搞不清楚这些枪支的一些大致上的分类。
我其实也不知道，应该就是他们运作的原理不太一样。
哦，干！
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
干这个就是上大夜班就会变这样，
没办法啊。
傻小了。
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century. Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block.
发现他们的克星了，就是路障。
好烂，
好烂。
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above.
洛夫克莱福特是谁啊？
I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
他有什么其他的线索吗？
就这个，在这个里面他提过他2次。
写恐怖小说的
著名的作品是
好像很多他是最早写克苏鲁类型的作者之一。
对，难怪我想说，可是克苏鲁那个算恐怖吗？就是黑暗幻想吧。黑暗幻想感觉是另外一种东西。
可是克苏鲁，我觉得大部分都还蛮恐怖的啊。
可是克苏鲁已经恐怖到不恐怖了。
The message was full of spelling errors and insults.
真的吗？
It was telling me to hurry up.
就什么很多触手，然后看到它就会产生无尽的恐惧，然后直接死亡之类的。
真的吗？我看的不是这种的。
真的哦？那你贴给我一些，我可能会觉得不错的。
那怎么讲啊？就是有一些作品是它那个本体是不会出现的。
对，通常本体都不能出现，因为那个本体太神秘了。太难理解了。
Birds.
你是戴耳机听吗？所以你应该
嗯，
有听得到那个。这边可以走，就代表刚才那个应该是支线。
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Alice? Alice?
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
不会游泳是不是？好。
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of
感
here.
觉，本来就不是每个人都会游泳啊。
The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good. Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel. Night. I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
这到底什么低级的解谜？
不是吧？就解一下嘛。
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed,
傻笑，
hammer above his head.
雷神之锤。
Trying to calm him down without success. Another cable car. Just great.
水妖。 这段还蛮长的耶，
对吧？
可是在播音乐了，所以应该快到了。感觉就是吊桥。
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made...
干这个如果是 Dark Soul 的话，就是幻影墙啊。 我就知道。我刚才原本要讲说，我等一下应该会掉下去。对，4一打5。
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat. I was close now. I had to get there. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wait! Are you? Wait! Hey, I'm here! I'm coming! No! Get away! Sorry! Please, lady! The boss didn't know who he was messing with! I didn't know! I swear, I didn't know! We don't have a wife! We don't know where she is! She's probably drowned! We just said we had her to make a play ball, you see? They got him writing for us! Please! Please! Oh! I'm sorry! Please, don't hurt me!
你知道这还是有可能是一个看医生游戏。
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice. There you go, Alan. Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
这真的是看医生游戏。
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan. Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid,
真的假的？
unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness.
不行，我
Feeling
颜值
that
我还没看到。
everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
这个剧变得很奇怪咯。
I never get tired of this view. Very
看，
inspiring.
我要去尿尿。
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the
怎么
other
冷？
side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do it
nails
by
into the
myself
palms of my
now.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash,
That's his job.
of course, but it does involve
get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark. Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla! We
down lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hart, Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but...
干，我就在这里。
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clean shadows.
他好像真的变成一个，他好像真的是看医生游戏耶，好像真的是耶。
Made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
但是他有续作啊，那这样怎么解释？
我记得有，可是好像评价跟这个差蛮多的。
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep
打
doing
成
what you're
Alan
doing.
Walker。
Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, witch.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are you? Not so weak.
Sinclair
now,
looked bad.
are we?
That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard.
Well,
And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
It's my storm. I'm taking it. Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper. We're on a comeback tour, baby.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it.
这章节的 title 叫
The tape said they were recordings Hartman had made of the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment,
叫真相。
I couldn't breathe right.
哦，那是快结束了。
Can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
哇，第二代变成开放世界。
哦，是吗？
不是开放世界啊，但是它就变成比较开放这样子。
OK，
就不是像现在这样。
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else.
我懂他的意思，就是你这第二代感觉是从一开始玩到最后结局，你都是在同一个地图里面走来走去。
哦。
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to.
看那个照片看起来就不好玩。
What she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording. The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds! Seriously!
Barry?
Do you have...
Ow! About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah.
这个游戏到底是什么？这究竟是怎么样呢？
And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
哦，怎么办？救命！ 哦干！我被家具撞死了。
你这样跟别人讲，别人会不知道你到底是在玩什么东西。
其实我也不懂为什么这个游戏现在变成这个样子。
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way. Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough.
看这个游戏，我现在还是那种我觉得还不错的不懂。
嗯。
Found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there. Barry, I don't have a light. Take this, Al. Oh, God! Look at the house, Al! Look at...
哦，干鬼店，靠腰哦！哦，还好啦，没有很鬼店，因为没有下雪，还好。
嗯。下雪就像结束。
Don't trust Emil， 就是刚才那个医生。
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible.
The channel, we'll turn it off. We don't want any fighting. It makes people sad. You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
哦。看这个助理怎么那么硬啊！看那个助理吃我2轮弹药哎！这个助理怎么那么硬啊
？Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper.
恐惧的大门。
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way.
Emil made Tom do it. 哦，所以是心理医生让前一个作家写这个故事哦。可是不知道这些黄色的笔到底是谁写的。
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But
Al! You're alive!
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry, I'll find it. Don't worry about it. Barry. I'm on it. I'm on it. Please, Uzi. It's gotta be here. Just hang on. Oh, hey, found a quarter.
哦，干巴瑞！干！
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest. You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
白痴哦，还有下一个章节。
不然。
可是其实它整个剧情真的蛮好的。
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true.
可是这样子，他一直提到，就是你说那个。刚说那个作家，他不是你说第一个写那个，
我不知道是不是第一个写，但他是一个把它发扬光大的。
对他就是他一直暗示这个作家，就代表这个作品可能也是这样子，就是那个湖的力量可能也是就是神秘，你没有办法理解，然后就是你要先接受这一点，然后才能看这个作品，才不会觉得奇怪。
你要尊重湖。
对。
没有，我刚看那个 Stephen King 也很在这个游戏里面也很重要。
哦，对啊，他也提到他2次。
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry! Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way! Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine. Forget that! Are you okay? I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch! There's no way you can climb down, though! It's like a sheer wall! Al! There's something moving down here! Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry! Oh, yeah! Barry, are you all right? I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting. Barry, just wait for me, okay? Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
那我们今天就到农场。
好。
he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch. Crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
这游戏突然变得很 intense 哦。
不会啊，我觉得他一直都，他intense还是占大多数啊。
The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt his stab.
Oh, God! Eh?
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Trust no one in the dark.
Trust no.
Omega 3 fatty acids.
可是你遇到不知道要不要相信的人，就用手电筒照他。
哦，不要靠腰哦！哦哟！哦哟！白痴哦！我要用那个啊！干，刚才那个发电机根本就是一个陷阱。你会想要用，但是其实你不能用。哦，好。
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking. The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my...
The
dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path. The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this... Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
The taken are filled with darkness.
什么意思？
就那些黑黑的人，他 filled with darkness。我觉得他太好心了，他每次有人从背后来，他都会。
有可能他故意要，就是他就是想要让你被逼跑。我操嘞！
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
The front door was locked.
What are you? Ah! No! Don't! I'm sorry! Ah! Ah!
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy who wrote this crap anyway.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
这样好像有点大概懂这个游戏咯。
Let me guess. Danny, huh? The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast. If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes. She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give him a hand, all right? This is Pat Maine on KBF FM, hoping you're all safe and warm tonight.
发现了一个不红的乐团。
那你说什么的乐团？
好像会红的乐团吗？
啊，台湾的吗？
因为台湾的，因为我点进来影片，我想我会觉得说它应该是3天前上传，但它已经上传了1个月到2个月了，它没有被演算法，它没有受到演算法的青睐。
好，那你贴一下。
虽然我觉得还有可以在更好的地方，但是已经不是不错，就是好的新的东西。但我不是听这首歌才觉得他们好像会红，是我听了其他歌。然后觉得说，他们会做出这个东西不是刚刚好而已，是他们每首歌
都好。那我等一下听。
如果你在实况的时候播这首歌，然后你会被 ban 吗？
会，不是被 ban 啊 ，YouTube 会没有办法跑。
哦。
声音变小。
哦。
你刚刚讲？
它不能只是就是把我有那个音乐的影片设定成不能盈利，这样吗？
是可以啦，但是这样就等于说要剪了。
啊？哦。
对啊。
啊，那算了，好麻烦。
Stay away from my dog!
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
看为什么我的 Chrome 现在会自动把我翻译成韩文？对啊，我这设定看得很准。
你看这个，你看这个。
God damn.
我跳痛了。变成有点像恶魔猎人的感觉。跟小莫跟鸡鸡跟鸡哥都在玩康车，对吧？而且他们是一起玩，就是4个人这样子。他们的流量现在加起来应该超过12000，平日2点还就12000。其实这样蛮亏的，就是我可能只会看其中一个人的台。流量可能会被封掉。
很屌哎，我觉得这边设计的很好玩哎。傻小啦，怎么变成这样啊
？That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm! See, bestseller, no reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. If I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always tense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al? They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
We all spend a third of our
Night
dreams in
Springs.
its soft embrace, somewhere between
memories.
fantasy and
Hey,
reality.
remember when I got you that gig?
But
Your
dreams
first
and
real
reality
writing
force
job. What got you
themselves into
started?
waking life,
Was this one of your
or vice
episodes?
versa. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until his highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys, and they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat... Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wake.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
这责任好强。 怎样？
没事。
Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff. Be careful, Al!
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, you know, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people going missing, too. Yeah, pretty much. A lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
哇，这段很长哎。
对啊，我原本以为差不多了。
对啊。
that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me. Hang on.
Hey, let's go, man. I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy. Ah! Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this thing.
Old gods know the truth.
The lights are out. Guess we better check the fuse box.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box. The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were on the booby hatch.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my path.
好像快要有一些结果了。
对吧？感觉在3个小时之内就一定游戏就要结束了。
那感觉要下一集。
要，不然你要玩到5点了。可是我就找不到一个可以结束的地方啊。
Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's-her-face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be.
"干也太明白了吧！
Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
I'm sorry about this. No, seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
哈？
这什么意思？
哈？
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons.
这是我一开始你没有参与到的第一个部分。
我刚看得出来。
The night Alice had disappeared, I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
对啊。
但不能暂停。
I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Jagger 是谁？
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin.
找出自己到底发生了什么事。
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
哦，好吧。
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind
Alice?
you. She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her. Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobwebs she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
呵，我操！
哦，
There's an old tarot with mystery of Tom the poet and his muse, and a magic lake which gave a light to the words the poet used. Now the muse she was his happiness, and he rhymed about her grace, and told the stories of treasures deep beneath the blackened waves.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up. Let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
I think. 好，我觉得今天就先到这里。好吧，所以我来确认一下我的理解。总而言之，就是这个地方真的有一种神秘力量。然后呢，他来的时候就被就是那个穿上服的那个就是那个黑暗的领导，然后被他抓住，然后逼迫他写一些东西，然后因为他还保有一部分的理智，所以他就在编写的时候偷塞了一些自己可以跑出去的方法，然后然后他就真的进入了他逃跑的那个桥段，然后但是他前面写的那个记忆都不见了，然后刚才是喝酒的时候不知道为什么唤醒了这部分的记忆，这样子。是这样吗？
可是不知道为什么去唤醒吗？没有更合理的理由吗？
就那个 moonshine 啊，那个私酿酒喝醉了，然后 唤醒了某一部分的潜意识吗？还是怎样？因为他一开始的解释是他出车祸，然后他忘记他为什么他醒来就是在那个破破的车上嘛，
嗯，
然后他醒来就不知道发生什么事情了，所以就是撞到失忆那种感觉，
嗯，
就只是
那
物理上的失忆。
好，那在你解释的时候，我一边贴给你一个我觉得有可能被 ban 掉的菜。
好，好吧，所以我的理解是这样啦，应该是这样。
这个其实有点复杂，因为
这个台为什么它的主播那么大，它的游戏那么小？
这那为什么？
谁应该要这样对啊？
我不知道啊，他就，他观人数很多而且他感觉很做自己。对啊，可是这个书里是已经写完了吗？应该还没吧？
应该还没啦，不知道可能没讲清楚。
哦，好，所以他应该是说他应该不是说他写的东西会变成现实，也是可以这样讲，但应该说就是他写的东西会影响现实的走向。
对，
就是他写的就是未来。
对，
就是其实原本他自己跟书中的角色是分开的，但是因为到了这个湖，他们其实变成了同一个人。
对，
理论上。
对对对对对。
你不尊重湖。好，好。哎呦，他有 Instagram。
可他 Instagram 没有 po 什么东西。
哦，对。哦，他2000年呢，我靠，他比我年纪都要小
真的
我最近就是开始就是这样觉得，就是一些很有成就的人，年纪已经比我们小了。就以前可能会觉得说，哦，就是一些比我们大的人，所以就是很厉害。可是现在发现自己随着年龄的增长，其实没有那个。
不是啊，我们蹉跎太多光阴了。
不是啊，就是你不能，就其实我们不应该这样想啊，就是我们就是我们只透过网络看得到很多跟我们年纪差不多，但是很好的，但是我们没有看到那些跟我们年纪差不多，但是很糟糕的，所以我们心里就会扭曲了。
哦，那个就是这个是统计学上的谬误啊。
因为你不会看到比较惨的，就是不是惨啊，就是比较辛苦的人，这样讲好了。对啊，
这个理论就是，不是会有人觉得说帅的人都是渣男，然后丑的人都是好人吗？
嗯。
那是因为其实这世界上有4种人，然后分别是
4个象限这样子。
有4个象限，但是就是4个象限2个轴分别是丑到帅跟
渣跟不
渣，然后你不会看到那个又渣又丑的，所以你就剩下帅的渣男，然后又帅又不渣的跟丑的好人，然后这三个比例会差不多，所以你会觉得说帅的人好像比较容易是渣男这样。
也不是看不到，就是如果有个人很帅又不渣，你会觉得说怎么可能？ 然
对，就
后
是
如果有个人
你会把它
很丑，如果你有个人很渣，然后又很丑，你就想说怎么可能？
你会把它
你就想
统计到另
说怎么
外一个地方去。
对啊，但事实上就是有的人真的很渣又很丑。
他平常是这样
他哦，哎，这个 Africa TV 你有空就可以看一下，
什么 Africa TV，
就是你截图的那个平台啊，左下角。
那个是怎样？
我在那里发现了一个我自己觉得还蛮不得了的一个实况组。我找一下，你知道绅士吉娃娃吗？
不知道
那你现在去 YouTube 找绅士吉娃娃，然后订阅它。
哦，我知道，我知道，我知道，我知道啊，我知道，我本来就有订阅啊。
哦，好，那你知道了。然后好，等一下，等我一下。
那你跟我讲的说不得了那个，你贴给我。
好，因为那个他之前剪到 YouTube，然后就被消失了，所以他只能上传到那个就是另外那个平台叫什么忘记了，那个就是现在大家都在用的那个平台。
了解。
好，然后我给你看。
哦，所以现在这种台都是游戏放的小小的在右下角这样。
没有啊，他也没有玩游戏，我传给你的他也没有玩游戏啊。我看一下，我今天的这个下载的东西里面好像也有。在哪里啊？怎么找不到？看我直接贴资料夹给你。
啊，等下你贴的那个团啊，是刚出来吗？还是有一段时间了？
我看到他们的歌就是最早的，也不是最早，就是有 MV 的歌是从10月底开始上传。
哦，他们好像就是已经要做起来了。
因为我想说，他们已经有一个可以拍 MV 的团队了，那应
对啊，
该
然后
是要
又有赞助，又
对啊
有文化，对，
可
就是
我觉得观看次数没有没有预期的，
哎，这
没有
样真
想象中
的就突然很多可以学台语的管道哈。
是这样没错。
嘿嘿，各位绅士。
2021。
你说这个 YouTube 播不了，对不对？
有播，但是他现在不见了。他有尝试要上传。哦，那个他这个档案不能上传大于8MB 的。 而且我觉得生日吉娃娃很屌的是，就是他偷这个影片的时候，他 YouTube 下面是有这个人的连接，然后我去看，就去点他的那个连接，然后才看到 Africa TV。
哦。
然后我就在想，因为我想要找生日吉娃娃这个影片的那个记录档是从哪里出来的，然后我一进去他的实况，然后我就从 VOD 里面找，想说，哎，怎么找不到？我说好吧，那算了，来看他现在在干嘛。然后看的时候才发现，他现在穿的那个衣服跟影片里面是一样的，就是绅士吉娃娃是在实况到一半的时候，他一播完就决定把它捡起来，然后丢到 YouTube 上面，就是他是正在看的时候，然后剪完直接丢。
很屌哦，绅士。
对，就是我还在想说，哎，他是之前的哪里的什么的没有，就是现在还在用。而且我记得他就是我看到的时候可能是10点还是11点，但我们那个半夜看的时候就已经没有了。
干，完蛋了，我 YouTube 首页一定会全部都是349。
没关系啊，他这样不好吗？
不错。
还有他，我看一下，
他很专业耶，我说349啊。
他很专业，而且没有，因为他就是我有观察，就是他们有类似，因为他会跟他说，哎，如果你有什么推荐的影片，你就直接丢我信箱。你看到他的那个什么栏，资讯栏嘛，就有，所以就变成说，他不用靠他一个人去收集，就是大家
他有一个团，他是有一个网军。
对，就是你们在我这边看东西，那你们应该也都是有资源的人，
你们都是
那你
绅士。
们就对，那我们就互相帮助，跟大家一起分享这样。你看下面全部都是那个资讯栏，都是播放清单，还帮你整理好。而且我不知道你知不知道他以前的账号，就是他以前的 YouTube 叫假奶，我不知道你知不知道。
我知道
对，那个就是他。
就是他哦。
对，他一直没有放弃，因为他的频道一直被检举吧，然后就是让他一直要重新开始，但是他都没有放弃。我记得找假奶还是会看到一些，对，现在假奶只剩，其实还是有但是他之前也叫假奶。但你可以去看他的那个，就是他叫我不知道怎么念，就是那个 LBRY 的那个频道，有一些影片是你去看 YouTube 的影片内容是不会有的。
OK。
对。
然后要睡了，还要明天要念那个。
好，然后直接挂。
啊。